हरे कृष्ण। तो हम एक छोटा सा भजन गाने का प्रयास करेंगे सभी लोग मिलकर। स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा होगा ये। जीव जागो जीव जागो गौरचंद्र बोले, जीव जागो। जीव जागो जीव जागो गौरचंद्र बोले, जीव जागो। कोटा निद्रा जाओ माया, पिशाचिर कोले। कोटा निद्रा जाओ, भाजीबो बोलिया ऐसे संसार भीतरे। भजीबो बोली भूलिया रहिले तुमी, अविद्यार भरे। भूलिया তোমার লইতে আমি হইনু অবতার, তো লইতে আমি বিনা বন্ধু আরা, কে আছে তোমার। আমি বিনা বন্ধু আরা, এনাছি ঔষধি মায়া, নসিবার লাগি। নাচি हरि नाम महामंत्र, लाओ तुमी मागी। हरि नाम भक्ति विनोदा प्रभु, चरण परिया। भक्ति से हरि नाम मंत्र, तैलो मागिया से। जीव जागो जीव जागो गौरचंद्र बोले, जीव जागो जीव जागो। कोटा निद्रा जाओ माया, पिशाचिर कोले। कोटा निद्रा जाओ, जीव बोलिया ऐसे संसार भितरे जीव बोलिया ऐसे भूलिया रहिले तुमी अविद्यार भरे भूलिया रहिले तुमी तोमार लईते आमी हईनु अवतारा आमी बिना बंधु आरा के अच्छे तुम्हारा आमी बिना बंधु आरा ए नाची औषधि माया नसीबर लागी हरि नाम महामंत्र लो तुमी मागी हरि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 जय राधा माधव राधे जय राधा माधव राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोतर्ष श्री श्रीमद ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। स्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोतर्ष श्री श्रीमद शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाशादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड की जय। श्री श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you, those are assembled for the morning Bhagavatam class on behalf of ISKCON Attapur. So this would be my first Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. So seeking blessings of all the assembled devotees, new, old, regular, first time. My friend is also there, I'm a little scared. So we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 6, verse number 38. And the topic of the chapter is Purusha Sukta confirmed. Is it on the board? Yasya avatara karamani gayanti hi asmatadya na yam vidanti tatvena तस्मै भगवते नमः। यस्यावतारकर्मणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। यस्यावतारकर्मणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। यस्यावतारकर्मणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। Please recite. यस्यावतारकर्मणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। गायन्ति हयस्मददा नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। यस्यावतारकर्मणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। यस्यावतारकर्मणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। यस्यावतार कर्मणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विन्दन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। माताजी, यस्यावतार कर्माणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। यस्यावतार कर्मणि गायन्ति हयस्मदादया नायं विदन्ति तत्त्वेन तस्मै भगवते नमः। What to what meaning, translation and purport by Krishna Kripa Murti A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yasya, whose, avatar, incarnation, karmani, activities, gayanti, chant in glorification, he, indeed, asmatadya, person like us, na, do not, yam, whom, vidanti, no, tattvena, 100% as he is, tasmai, unto him, bhagavate, unto the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, namaha, respectful obeisances. Translation. Let us offer the respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose incarnation and activities are chanted by us for glorification, though he can hardly be fully known as he is. Purport. It is said that transcendental name, form, quality, pastimes, paraphernalia, personality, etc. cannot possibly be perceived by the gross materialistic senses. But when the senses are purified by the process of hearing, chanting, remembering, and worshipping the lotus feet of holy deity, etc., the Lord reveals himself proportionately to the advancement of the quality of devotional service. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. One should not expect the Lord to be an order supplying agent who must be present before us as soon as we desire to see him. We must be ready to undergo the prescribed devotional duties, following the path shown by the predecessors in the disciplic succession from Brahma, Narad, and similar authorities. As the senses are progressively purified by bona fide devotional service, the Lord reveals his identity according to the spiritual advancement of the devotee. But one who is not in the line of devotional service can hardly perceive him simply by calculation and philosophical speculation. Such a hard worker can present a jugglery of words before an audience, but can never know the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his personal features. The Lord has clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita that one can know him only by devotional service. No one can know the Lord by any puffed up material process of challenge, but the humble devotees can please the Lord by his earnest devotional activities. Thus the Lord reveals himself proportionately before the devotee. Lord Brahma therefore offers his respectful obeisances as bona fide spiritual master and advises us to follow the process of Shravana and Kirtan. Simply by the process of hearing and chanting the glories of the activities of the Lord's incarnation, one can certainly see within himself the identity of the Lord. We have already discussed the subject in volume 1 of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in connection with this verse. Chattadhana munayo jnana vairagyo yuktaya pashyanti atmani chatmanam bhaktya shuta grahitaya. Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Verse 12. The conclusion is that one cannot know the Supreme Personality of Godhead fully by any method, but he can be seen and felt partially by the devotional service, process of hearing, chanting, etc. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. So I welcome you once again. So this is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Chapter 6 from Canto 2, Purusha Shukta prayer. So this prayer is very special. These are the prayer by which generally all the demigods approach Lord Vishnu and seeking his help during the calamities or any problem comes up. So demigods approach Brahmaji, and then Brahma take them all on the shore of the Kshirodakshai Sagar, and there they offer this prayer, Purusha Shukta prayer, and then Lord reciprocate through voice, sound only. He doesn't appear in front of them, then he gives signal that I'll come. That before Lord Narasimha appeared, so Brahmaji along with all the demigods approach that Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaks both are creating a lot of disturbance in universe, and they offered this prayer. So Lord said, okay, don't worry, I'll appear as Narasimhadev and mitigate your problem. So this is the same prayer which always been offered by Lord Brahma to approach Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And this is the prayer which in generally, as we are in the one of the Vaishnava line, so whenever we do any homa or any yajna, we always offer this Purusha Sukta prayer. And even while we do any auspicious activity, it could be Abhishek or any festival, that time also we offer it. And while it comes to Shaligram worship, so that Purusha Shukta prayer is mandatory to recite while offering the articles to the Lord. So this is very special prayer. So now this topics come. So here in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, when we start reading it, it brings us on the conclusion again and again that we cannot understand Krishna. Again and again it brought us to the same point. We cannot understand Krishna. It many times it's said, then why do we try to understand it? It's not a right question. If we can't understand, then why should we try? Why should we waste our time? Is it? We understand like this, that why we can't understand Krishna. There are many people, those are married, or even if not married, they have children, and children have their parents. Can anyone claim that we know our children completely or we know our spouse completely? Can anyone claim? No one. Parents see after 20, 30 years and a call comes from a police station that your child in so crime is been sitting here, please come here. So they said, we never know our child is like this. Although they are living with that same child, same son or daughter from many years, spending hours and hours, years and years. So we don't know the person whom we are living at. And although we are living with Krishna also, every minute second he is sitting in our heart. But still, it is very difficult to understand him. Now we will try to understand why it is difficult to understand Krishna and how we can understand. These will be the two topics I am going to cover. Generally, if somebody takes a costume and makeup, it is difficult to recognize an actor. Or in Hindi we call it Baharupiya. It's very difficult to recognize that person. So Krishna does the same thing. Krishna takes different kinds of role. Shri Radha Madhav Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Sometimes he appears as half lion, half man. Sometimes as a fish. Sometimes as a boar. And boar is considered as a degraded animal. But we worship like a Lord. So these all contradictions sitting in Krishna. So that makes all the way more difficult. That is the reason, that's why lots of people doesn't like to worship Krishna. Because whenever they go out, they have to defend herself. No, we are on the right path. They like to follow Lord Ram because he is Maryada Purushottam. He is our idol. We are following Lord Ram. We don't have to defend. His character is spotless. Although Krishna's character is also spotless, but he shows like that. He's having lots of queens, having affair with 3 billion gopis. And if somebody is a new devotee here, and someone asks the question, hey, what kind of Lord you have? He is having so many affairs, and you are worshipping him. He is also characterless, and you are also in the same line. But if you have strong faith, you're reading the scriptures, listening the lectures of acharyas, following the footprints of acharyas, then we don't have to defend it. We actually counter it. So, how it is difficult to understand Krishna? Because Krishna execute the activities which is very difficult to understand. We will try understanding it through some examples. Like, Krishna is stealing butter. From where? His own house. Does he need to steal it? He have 9 lakhs cows. His father was the richest person. Even Kansa doesn't have the 9 lakh cows. But still he's what he's doing? Stealing the butter. Not from his own house, from the other houses also. Those having the lesser cows. Then, when Lord Ram came, so at the shore of Dhanush Tirth, you could say that there is a place where they were asking Lord Sea to give us the way so that we can reach to the Lanka to defeat Ravan. But Lord Sea is not appearing. Ignoring Lord Ram. I am not going to come. Why? Because he can't recognize that who is this person is. This general person or a mendicant, he is coming there and he is challenging me. Why should I hear his challenge? He is a normal person. Then we also see very next day or that after some time that stones are floating just by writing the name of Lord Ram, which is generally not possible. Then we also see he is crying for Sita, although Ram or Bhagwan is Atma Ram. He is happy in himself. He doesn't need to cry for anyone. But still he is crying for Sita like a normal person. He lost his wife. And Krishna is having headache. My God. Swami of whole Brahmand, not whole Brahmand, lots of Brahmand, and he is having a headache. How do we understand it? He is a solution, he is a medicine of all the problems. He himself is the creator of a medicine as Dhanvantari. Then he is having a headache. And also what? As he is asking, he is begging to whom? Bali Maharaj, give me 3 foots of land. And he is a creator, still asking 3 foots of land. So it's total bewildering how to understand it. So we understand that how to understand it. Once what happened, generally we have a tendency of being Lord because we are also part and parcel of Krishna. So Krishna is Lord or Ishwar Bhav is there, so we also have the Ishwar Bhav. So when that Ishwar Bhav sits in our mind, it's very difficult to understand or recognize someone else as Ishwar. This is a hindrance. Once I was in the Magh Mela, it's somewhere around 2020 or 2021. So there are lots of camp or tambu, could say, or pandals were there. So, and they do their marketing, everybody. In outside the ISKCON tambu we mention how there would be that it is ISKCON tambu. So I saw that there is one person has mentioned that avatar of Lord Vishnu. And he's having white hairs, old. So I was, every day I was roaming around his camp. I was waiting the once this person will meet me, I'll ask several questions to him. So fortunately I never met him, but I purposely was going out and standing outside his camp to distribute Bhagavad Gita and telling that this is Lord Krishna who lifted the Govardhan hill, not you. But I never met him. So there are lots of God roaming around. And Kumbh Mela, definitely if somebody, people you are going, you will going to meet, there are lots, there are many lots. So this is a words jugglery, we try to fool. So once what happened, and if we can't understand something, either we deny the existence of that person, that we can't see Krishna, so we don't recognize him, we deny his existence. Once we were from, me and my friend, was in Brahmachari ashram, so we were in Cuttack, Odisha, and from Cuttack to, we were going to Puri for darshan of Lord Jagannath. So there we met one of his friend, he was a doctor. So it's the by road, it is a distance of 1.5 hours or so. So for whole 1.5 hours, he was preaching him. I don't know what he was talking. So once we came down from the bus, so I asked him what you were preaching to him. He said, DYS, 4-day session, discover yourself. Yeah? So you were using so difficult words. He understands like this only. If I use the simple words to him, he will say it is a waste of thing. So for few people we have to use that such difficult things. But Krishna is not like this. Krishna would be, or can say we can understand him easily by the simplicity. And what is simplicity? We just require one quality in 3 phases and we can understand it. And that one quality is what? Humility. Sometimes we misunderstood that humility. Somebody is folding hand and bowing down, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, speaking softly, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. We thought that he is a humble person. This is humility, but external. But Krishna likes what? Internal humility. Maybe tough from outside. The Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur is a tough guru. But Krishna loves him. Because his heart is soft for the fallen souls. Same way Prabhupada. Prabhupada was chastising left and right to his disciples. Not to disciple any general person. He's saying rascals, dogs, anything he say. And parents can do the same thing. They can beat their childs. Why? Because they have love for them. They want their better future. Same way Krishna, same way devotee, same way sadhu wants, and same way Krishna wants. So, we should not be misunderstood. Humility is an external feature only. We have to cultivate it internally also. Once what happened, there in Delhi, there is one president, he's a very jolly president, and one Grastha was there, Grastha devotee. So the Grastha devotee was elderly in terms of age, and that Brahmachari was little younger, and they they were on the different paths. So once they met in a Prabhat Feri. Prabhat Feri, I don't know that you do here or not, in the month of October, Kartik Mas, there every day in the morning we go for a Sankirtan, we call it Prabhat Feri. So they met there. So that Grasta told him, that younger devotee, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am your servant. So then Brahmachari said, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am your servant. Then that Grasta devotee again said, I am your servant. Then debate started, I am your servant. Then after some time they stopped. Then that Brahmachari told me, servant तो बोलता है, लेकिन जब बोलूँगा ना दास वाला काम कर, तो गुरु बन जाता है. So we have to cultivate this humility internally, not externally, just not in the words only. I am your servant, Prabhuji, but I will follow my heart. I will follow my mind. I will do the seva what I like. I won't do the seva what you want. Okay? So like this. And really humility is what? It is to understand that I born up in a andhakar, or like we recite Mangalacharan, Om Ajnanati Mirandasya, Jnananjana Shalakya. I am in the dark, understanding this thing. Janmana Jayate Shudrat, low in knowledge, low in character, everything is low. We born like Shudra, and after few days we puffed up. So that's why this bhajan was there. Jiva Jago. I didn't recite the meaning. It says that Bhajibo boliya aise sansara bhitare bhuliya rahile tumi avidyare bhore. But once we come in this material world, we forget Krishna. Earlier we were requesting him to come out from the womb of mother, and then we forget him. And why this understand that we are in the dark well, and who can bring it out from that dark well? Only one person. Who is that? Any guesses? Guru. Guru can take out from this well. How? I'll tell you the one example. Once I was it was somewhere 2022 or so, I was in Rath Yatra of Juhu. So somehow that axle broke of that chariot where the Lord Jagannath was sitting. And I was not that senior, so I was standing down. My Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, was sitting on the chariot. He was worshipping the Lord Jagannath before we started the Rath Yatra. So that axle broke, and I could see that axle had been broke. So I wanted to go up and wanted the Guru Maharaj to come down from there. So there were Devaki Nandan Prabhu was there, Guru Maharaj was there, and other senior devotees were there. And I was hesitating also, but I said my hesitation would not work out if anything mishappened. Maharaj is already aged. If he may fall down because of that, when we start pulling this chariot. So I went up to the chariot. I told Guru Maharaj, just said one, Maharaj, come down. That axle has been broke. Maharaj did not ask any question to me. He came down. Then in the evening I met Maharaj, and I said, Maharaj, I was scared that you were on the chariot and you might get injured if we start pulling that chariot. So Maharaj said, you should be concerned for the Jagannath, not for me. Immediately, I was making some lines, what good line I should say to Maharaj so that Maharaj would be happy, oh, how careful this person is. Immediately he cut down my ego. You should be concerned for the Lord Jagannath. Then I started doing chintan on this, why Maharaj said like this. Just imagine, Maharaj is a GBC, or he's a person more valuable for a whole world, I could say, but especially for the ISKCON devotees. But in Rath Yatra, there are thousands and lakhs of people, those are not devotee. But they can recognize Lord Jagannath. If Lord Jagannath falls down, that whole image of ISKCON will be at stake. They are not careful people. Yeah? He had that consciousness. That is why we require Guru to take off from this well. Okay. And for that we have to understand our limitations of our thoughts, feeling and emotions. Until we are in the circle of that thoughts, feeling and emotions circle, it is very, very difficult to understand any spiritual thing, what to speak of Krishna. And generally we rely on our intelligence, our thoughts. Oh, I can do it. मैं कर लूँगा. Generally we rely on our intelligence, but it really doesn't happen in spiritual life. So we have to accept our limitations that I cannot understand. I'll give you one example. Arjuna, although I think that he spent most of the time with Krishna only. Krishna was there there on the earth for 125 years. He spent almost 11 years in Vrindavan. Then 14 years somewhere in 14 or 18 years somewhere in Mathura. Then rest of the life in Dwarka. Not even in Dwarka. I could say that 28 years or so in Dwarka. And rest of time Krishna was where? In Hastinapur, along with the Pandavas. And those 28 years were those when they went for exile. Otherwise, he was all the time with Pandavas only. And then also, what he said, Arjun said, I cannot recognize. When he shows Virata Roop, sorry, galti ho gayi. He said like this, I did a mistake. I was thinking you are my friend, you are my cousin, but actually you are Param Purusha. So if Arjun is a pure devotee, he is saying I cannot understand you, I can't recognize you. How we dare to say like this? Or how we try to say? So what Prabhupada said in the last, it said, by surrendering or following the footprints of Acharya, we can understand him partially by the devotional service process of hearing and chanting. So that is also through what? If we follow the footprints of our Acharyas. Okay. And Krishna likes that the way you want to reciprocate with me, I will reciprocate in the same manner. Ye yathamam prapadante tam sate bhajamayam. If you don't want to know me, I'll do all the arrangements, you never recognize me. If you want to understand me, I'll do all the arrangements so that you can understand me. Ye yathamam prapadante. If you want to cheat me, I am the biggest cheater. Can we cheat Krishna? Or we dare to cheat Krishna? No. He is supreme in everything. Okay, so the way people surrender, in the same way Krishna reciprocate. In Vraja, everyone was worshipping Lord Shiva or Lord Narayana. Devaki Vasudeva were worshipping Narayana. Nandi Yashoda was worshipping Narayana. Gopis were worshipping Narayana. So what Krishna said, yeah, Mai Narayanu. He is revealing. But the potencies of Krishna, Yogamaya, she is trying to cover Krishna. So they are saying, hey, majak kar raha hai. Nobody is ready to understand, ready to recognize that, okay, he is Krishna, he is Bhagavan, he is Parameshwar. Nah, he is Arkana only. Like this. Although everybody has seen, he had killed many demons. He lifted Govardhan Hill. When he was 3 days, he killed Putana. He killed Kansa. Okay, Kansa been killed later on. But still, they are not, okay, ho gaya hoga kuch. Even though when Krishna was lifting the Govardhan Hill, so some Gopa, what they did, they put their bamboo there. Bhari lag raha hoga kahin pe na se. So they put their bamboo so that to help Krishna. They're still thinking he is our small boy, small child, like this. And Krishna like this. Simplicity, humility. And why Brahma is saying like this, I cannot understand you, although he is the creator. He is the first spring, or first outspring of Krishna, out of humility. I believe that everybody has seen that tree of a bear. When it's loaded with the bear in the month of March, it's coming soon, February, March, April, the fruits touch the ground. So if somebody is loaded with the quality, it's become more humble. And same that bear tree, when it is without the fruits, it stands like a hill. So out of humility, humbleness, this Lord Brahma is saying that I can't understand you. So we are on the disabilic succession of Lord Brahma only. We are a Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we should follow our Acharya as Lord Brahma says. So then only we can get the success. There is no other special mantra for getting success in anything. It is just a copy paste. Don't try to concoct. Don't try to speculate. If somebody has already done something by which he got success, just follow it. especially in terms of spiritual life. We don't have to search new ways. Okay, Prabhuji, if I raise my one hand and chant like this, Krishna will happy me more, that I'm doing more hatha also and japa also. No. No, not like this. Prabhuji, can I go on Himalaya there and chant in the cold minus temperatures? Krishna could see my austerity. Because chanting is not, seems like that it is a tough task or austerity. But when I go there on Himalaya, standing in that snow there and then chant, then Krishna will be happy. Oh, kitna acha hai. No. Just sit in your home or in temple and chant. Because by these all false propagation methods, we will not able to understand it. Krishna says it's difficult. Why? Because, but still we supposed to understand, try to understand, because Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tatvata tektva deha punarjanma neti mameti. So Arjuna, he's saying, try to understand what? My birth and my activities. Although, why he's saying activities? It's difficult. Meeting Krishna and leaving this material world, as there is one verse only in between this, which is Janma karma chame divyam. The day, the moment we recognize why he appears and why he do so many contradictory activities, after that we will reach to Krishna only. This is the only verse which is in between. But how do we understand it? Acharya tells us. So we need one quality which I discussed. I don't know if I'll be able to complete. Try to fast, make it fast. So that one quality is what? Humility. And in 3 phases. So first is what? We can't understand with our own material senses. One example is already there. Don't try to concoct or speculate it. Arjuna is there. Krishna himself has given the specialized Divya Netra to see him. Although he is there. But to see his opulence, to understand Krishna, he given Divya Netra to Arjuna. We don't have Divya Netra. Our Divya Netra is just this specks of -2, -3, +2, +3, which leaves us after some time, we have to change it. Even it is not Divya. So, we have to understand, we can't understand with our own material senses. And there are many examples that until Krishna didn't show this Virat Roop, Arjuna was understanding as a friend. Then Duryodhan tries to please Krishna by inviting for a Chappan Bhog. While Krishna goes for eating the peel of banana. Where? At the house of Vidurani. And then Krishna, after that 18 days Mahabharata, he says, kill the Aswathama. Krishna himself is saying, this is dharma. Whatever Krishna says is a dharma. Kill the Aswathama. But Arjuna, does he kill him? No. This is the quality. We have to understand what Krishna wants to say and what Krishna doesn't want to say. And how do we understand it? Not by our own senses, by the following the footsteps or of acharyas. Then Krishna is dancing with 3 billion gopis. How to understand? A yogi can expand his body in 8 parts only, maximum. This is very simple. If somebody says that I am a Bhagwan, say expand yourself in 8 parts. 9 part. 8 could be a yogi, can expand. But as soon as he expands himself in a 9 part, he is a Krishna, the Lord himself. Nobody can do this. And he is married to 16,108 queen. And at the same time, he is not living with them. He is living where? Hastinapur. With whom? Pandavas. And Brahma is the creator. And while Krishna is performing leelas with Gopas there in the jungles of Vrindavan, he said, who is this boy? Who is doing so many kind of activities, eating chaj from the mouth of other Gopa? He is not, seems like a lord. Brahmaji doing mistake. He is such a person who created the whole universe. So it's very difficult. So what we should do? First we need to understand. With our own senses we cannot understand because these are polluted, limited. Second step is what? Keeping our ego aside and taking the shelter of Guru. Because Guru is what we recite in the morning, Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastra. He is a Hari. Who? The Guru is Hari. He is coming to take our seva in the form of Guru, who can make us unite with the Krishna. And following the instruction. Why? Because in Bhagavad Gita it says, Tad vidhi paripatena pariprashrena sevaya abdekshanti te jnana jnaninas tattva darshina. So that Guru can reveal us that Krishna. By the medium of Krishna, by the medium of Guru, we can recognize him. Then, following his instructions, whatever Guru says. And a third is having faith. Having faith in Guru's activities or Guru's instruction. Sometimes we think, oh, Guru Maharaj said to me, go for a book distribution. But I am a very good speaker. I supposed to sit on Vyasasana and do katha. When Guruji says like this, maybe I should go and speak to Guru Maharaj that Maharaj, I am passed out from the IIT or IIM. I am very qualified. I was the topper there. So allow me to sit there on Vyasasana and preach. Guru knows what is good for us. What is the instruction being given to Sabri by her Guru Maharaj? Wait, Lord will come. And she was waiting in a jungle for years and years, arranging so that he can take some snacks there in the jungle. Every day she was choosing right sweetness of the bear, ripened bear. So, this is how we can understand Krishna. Then again, why it is difficult to understand Krishna? Because he is full of some more contradiction. He is black but still beautiful. Krishna is the only male whom we call beautiful. Otherwise, male likes to be called handsome. He is the only male. And generally, those are with a dark complexion not being recognized as a beautiful or a handsome person, although they may be having a good features, but still. But Krishna has a dark complexion and he can confuse Madan also. Madan is who? Kamadev. And there are lots of places where it's been written, Krishna's skin is like soft like a lotus. He is killing Kansa. किसी के मुंह में हाथ घुसा दिया, he is killed. किसी को someone been slapped and he has been killed. So how he is soft? He is not soft, but still people say like that. So it's very difficult. And Kunti Maharani is saying, offering prayer, so we can read this prayer, that she cannot recognize. Kunti Maharani said, I cannot recognize you. Narad Muni said, I cannot recognize you. Didn't said, but he didn't recognize when Vishwa Sundari Leela, I believe you heard. Then Brahmaji did not recognize when he appeared as a Gwalbal. And then Indra did not recognize. He's sending his Samvartaka, go, devast the whole Vrindavan. Then Arjuna did not, Gopis did not, Nanda Baba, Devaki, Vasudev, Gwalbal, no one is able to understand. It's very difficult. Sometimes because of Yogamaya, some cause because of Maya Devi. For us, generally we are not able to recognize because of Maya Devi only. So how do we know? Know by loving devotional service. As Srila Prabhupada conclude the purport, by devotional service. Is there any example? By devotional service we can recognize? Can anyone tell? From Shastras? Vidurani. More of a recent time. From Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we can connect. Yes, very nice. Yes. Sakshi Gopal. Devotees are so simple. He is talking to Krishna. Come and go, be the witness. Give your statement that you have seen that the Brahman has promised me to marry his daughter to me. Now he is denying. Then what Krishna says, why should I go? How can I go? I am a deity. I can't walk. So then what devotee said? Devotee said, if you can talk, you can walk also. So this simplicity we need. Also, we know that in the deities, Madan Mohanji, earlier it was with the Chaubeji's wife. And how she is cooking for him? She was doing datun, and the same datun she was using for the khichdi also. And Krishna was happy, eating khichdi daily. Also, like in Shastra it has been said that Khandit Murti we cannot install, but Srila Prabhupada has installed. It's totally between loving relationship. And a very recent time, then I heard a story of there is one Mataji, and she was having the deities of Lord Krishna there in Delhi. And somehow that hand of that deity been broken. So somebody told that you cannot keep these deities. Now it's been Khandit. So Mataji said, if this so happened that my child's hand's been broken, should I go with this child and throw it in the Yamuna and bring a new child? What are I supposed to do? No, Mataji, this is different, that is different. No, I'll keep it. So what she was doing, she was daily making a bandage with haldi, turmeric, and feeding the medicines in bhoga. Take this medicine, soon the pain will go. I know you are in pain, but if you eat medicine, you will recover soon. And after few months, nobody can see there was a broken hand. So this is faith. If you have faith in Krishna, then definitely. Ye yathamam prapadante tam sate bhajame ham. So, Varat Gopal, deities in South India, he is speaking to the devotees. The deities just speak, and many more. Definitely those are pujaris, they know that how Krishna is reciprocating. These are the most nearest people with them. Definitely they are doing. Even with the outside people are. If you have a right mindset, from their only altar, you standing outside, they will reciprocate with you. They will give some clue to you, some sign to you that with the wish, whatever you're coming through, is it right or not? So what is the hindrance? It is only ego. We should give it up and have faith in Krishna. How? I'll end it up with a small story. I believe that you have heard, but I would like to recite it. A story of a cobbler and a Brahman. So there were two people. Narad Muni was going to meet Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha, and he asked, do you have any questions? So I can ask Narayana for you. So he said, go and ask Narayana when I can meet him or I can be relieved from this material world. One Brahmana who was daily worshipping Lord's Vishnu Murti, and one cobbler. He was also a devotee. He was doing his daily duties, making shoes and all this thing. So Narad Muni went there. There are two devotees. They are asking the question that when they can come. So that Narayan reciprocated. He said that cobbler will come after just leaving this body to me. He'll come to the Vaikuntha, and this Brahman will take some more lives. So he came back. So he said, but why this Brahmana will take so much time, not cobbler? He said, go and tell the story. What is the story? If they would ask what Krishna is, what Narayan is doing, tell them that he was trying to take out this elephant through a needle. Needle is very small, and from the whole of that needle, he is trying to take out an elephant from there. So he went there and he said the same thing to those devotees. The Brahman asked what Narayan was doing and what he said. He said that you will take some more lives. And the cobbler was sitting outside the temple. So what about me? He said, you will be going after this life only. So that Brahmana got irritated and agitated. He asked that why he is going after this life only, or why not I'm daily making bhoga, doing worship, following so many rules and regulation and all this thing. So he said, Narayan told me to tell them a story. The story of what he was doing. He was trying to take out this elephant from a small needle. So then Brahman said, hey, pagal kahin ka. Is it possible to take out elephant from the whole of a needle? It is not possible. Then he said the same thing to the cobbler, and cobbler started laughing. So then Narad Muni asked, why you are laughing? You know, भगवान भी क्या क्या करते रहते हैं, बताओ सुई के छेद में से हाथी को निकाल रहे हैं. So Narad Muni then asked, are you convinced that he can do? Hey, he can do anything. He's a god. He's a supreme personality of Krishna. If he can install a banyan tree, the biggest banyan tree is in Kolkata, and it has more than 500 branches and spread in a 5-kilometer area. If he can set a banyan tree in a small seed, then what is impossible for? Take out an elephant from there. So we just have to have a faith. And the process for it is having, we have to go for a Shravan, hearing. Again and again, by the hearing, Rukmani achieved whom? Krishna. So our ego could be curbed by again and again hearing from Guru or Sadhu or Shastra. Then we'll be able to understand that our senses are limited and we have to follow the instruction. Then it will register in our mind. Then mind will be clear and we will be able to understand Krishna. By hearing, Prahlad became the devotee. By hearing only, Rukmani achieved Krishna. And by hearing only, Brahma became Brahma. And Gopis got the darshan of Krishna. So there are so many pastimes like this. So I'll end up with this. I was able to prepare that much only. Certainly there would be some mistakes, discrepancies. So forgive me for this. If there are any questions, suggestions, comments, you are welcome.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class. So you mentioned about devotional service and how one can know Krishna, and you are giving example of Sakshi Gopal. Then give example of Prabhupada of related to Prabhupada and then one Mataji in Delhi. So the Prabhupada is an Acharya, and those who are in the Prema stage or Bhava stage, they can do like this for installing the deities which are Khandit. But what for the general mass of people, they can, it may become sometimes sentiment also. And sentimentalism means it go to Sahaja only. So for general mass of people should follow Shastra, according to the sadhana bhakti principle, according to what is Sadhu is saying, Shastra is saying. So this may take, some people may take this as a different path and they also may do, and it becomes sentiment. Prabhupada was an Acharya, he is love and he knows for what Krishna pleases. So what common people.
Thank you for bringing out this question. Thank you, Prabhuji. So generally we should, because we are in the sadhana bhakti line, so we should follow that sadhana bhakti procedure or what Shastra says. Shastra generally denied it. We are not that level. And rules, those are spiritual rules, are not applicable for a child below 5 years and a person who's above 70 years. It's not mandatory to come here for Mangal Arti every day. Below 5-year child and above 70 years person. So these are not applicable to him. Between this age, if we are in between this age, we have to follow it. So when Prabhupada installed this thing, he was above 70 also. And he's a Shuddha Bhakta also, so he can do this. Others, we have to follow the Shastra. We should not do this thing. And Prabhupada asked us to do so many things so that general people can accept it. When Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was installing the deities, how he was installing? Just keeping a tulsi leaf at the lotus of the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord, and it been installed, Harinam Sankirtan. But when Radha Shyam Sundar been installed in Vrindavan, he called Brahmanas from South India and all this thing, a big program, so that those are Brajavasis, they will accept that we are coming in a proper lineage, proper succession, so accept the deities. So further in future we don't feel any problems. So that is why. So we have to follow the Shastra. Or a very good, I can say the lifeline is there, we should ask the senior devotees that my affection is increasing for a Khandit Murti, should I install or not? And they will give you the right direction. So in generally we should not. Thank you. Any other question? Comment? Radhapati ka name, Prabhu. So we should end here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, इताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि।